So stand by, everybody. vBook chapter 54, the importance of feeling bad. So let's talk about the importance of feeling bad. No, we haven't flipped out. And yes, we're certainly always going on at great length about the importance of feeling good. That hasn't changed. Nothing is more important. But let's explore this concept of feeling bad as a potential avenue to creating more of what you want. Let's start with some simple statements here and then expand on them. You and your worlds, physical and spiritual, are illusions. Being illusory doesn't mean trivial or irrelevant. If you're having an experience, you're creating it. Life isn't serious. When you're trying hard, you're going backwards. And you can't avoid feeling bad. So you and your worlds, physical and spiritual, are illusions. You are a consciousness, an intelligent awareness, an extension of the source of everything. Your intentions and desires create the shape of the conscious you. Like source, you are timeless and spaceless, but it is the chosen beliefs and expectations of that conscious you that create the illusion of a physical you in a physical space-time world. And also for many of you, the illusion of a spiritual you in a spiritual world. These illusions are your play space. They are the set of the movie called Your Life. For as long as there's a you, you're creating yourself in some shape or other and the matching realms around you. Being illusory doesn't mean trivial or irrelevant. When we say your world is illusory, we mean there's nothing about it that's permanent or external to you, or created or maintained by anyone or anything but you. It's your holodeck, your virtual reality. But that's not in any way declaring that it's unimportant. This is your life. This is your main tent. You're choosing it and forming it. It's the stage on which you are having your experiences. And can you see from that, if you're having an experience, you're creating it. Unless you create it, there is no experience. You're not co-creating with others. You're setting the stage and others come to play intermittently in your movie at your invitation, even as you play in theirs. The versions of them that show up match your screenplay, even as the versions of you that show up in theirs match their screenplay. All of these different versions and different stories exist, and all are equally valid and important. But for this discussion, we're focusing on the version you're inhabiting right now. This is your movie. This is where the conscious you is playing. This is where your power is. And discovering how to exercise that power is why we are here dancing with you. Life isn't serious. It seems that the more limited your perspective, the more seriously you take yourself. The further you get from recognizing who you are and why you're here, the more inherently important life seems. It isn't. The truth is, there's nothing serious about any of it. You came into it for the fun of being in this focused world and creating new things within it. And for those of you who insist that there has to be more to it than that there has to be some divine or lofty purpose behind it all, we say you ain't seen or felt lofty until you experience the power and peace and the fun and freedom of simply stepping into the awareness of the amazing creature that you are and following your desires. When you're trying hard, you're going backwards. Thinking is what consciousnesses do. If your physical world is an illusion, can you see that it's all about what you think? And if life is meant to be fun, then trying hard, working hard, also cannot be an important part of the story. When you woke up this morning, how much time and effort did it take that superconscious of yours to create the world around you? 0. And because of that, you get the idea that you're not the one that's creating it. Well, you are creating it. And creating anything else you desire takes precisely the same amount of effort. 0. Creating is effortless. Hard work is rowing upstream when everything you want is downstream. It makes no sense at all. You can't avoid feeling bad. The simple truth is that moments of feeling bad are always going to be part of your experience. There will always be contrast in your experience. There will always be things you want more of and things you want less of. This is the game you're involved in. Without contrast, there is no game. There is no adventure, no discovery, no new desires, and no new creation. And there is no you. So let's really understand this feeling bad stuff as a first step to some new patterns of behavior. We want you to see that it's entirely possible for you to begin to really appreciate your emotional guidance system, no matter what it's telling you. Let's start with the only thing your emotional guidance system is ever telling you is you're heading towards what you want, you feel good, or you're heading away from it, feeling bad. That's it. Feeling bad is never caused by people or circumstances. It's never caused by anything about you and your world. It's only ever telling you which direction you're heading. Now, of course, if you've defined this or that particular thing as bad and you experience some of that, it's easy to start digging a hole for yourself. And once you've started on the hole, you feel worse. Things get worse. And it feels like your only option is to keep digging into despair and depression. The worse it gets, the worse it gets. So we recommend that you set yourself an intention right now that you will never again in this life see your feelings as anything but a signpost. That you will from this day forward appreciate your emotions as the gift that they are. That you will henceforth begin the process of dissociating bad feelings with any cause, any event or person or anything. Here's your mantra. Let me be aware. How am I feeling? Really feeling? How far short of fantastic? Hey, wait, I'm feeling bad, or bored, or angry, or jealous, or frustrated. What does that mean? I'm going in the wrong direction. Who am I? The creator of everything I experience. What am I about to create? What I don't want. Let me climb mentally here and see the view. Get a true perspective. To my emotional guidance system, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's bounce back to feeling good. Let's springboard to a new thought of what could be. You can develop the habit of being aware. You can develop the habit of seeing things from a higher perspective. You can bounce from oops to good. Each time you make this new choice, you step into a new version of you and a new version of your context, a new version of the world that matches that new you appears around you. Your habit becomes more and more, I feel bad, boing, I feel good. Bad, then instantly, amazing, fantastic. Off course to back on course. So don't try to avoid feeling bad. By definition, you can't. Just don't stay there. And stop ascribing causes to bad feelings. It's those associations that are the problem, not the circumstances. Become a springboarder. Become a bouncer. Start today. And now we welcome your comments and questions.